live streaming on Facebook. And let's start that over. So welcome to the call, guys. I'm really excited to be with you tonight. My name is Eric Johnson, again, creator and founder of Teamzy. And tonight I'm going to take you guys through, some of you guys have seen some of my other trainings. We go deep into philosophy and things like that. Tonight we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to give you nuts and bolts training. Okay, I'm going to take you through the process of how to set this thing up and crush a power hour, become a power hour boss, we like to call it. I'll show you how to set up Teamzy, how to do a power hour, how you could easily connect with 20 people in 30 minutes. Okay, start conversations, how to have those conversations, turn them into an invite about your business, how to follow up like a pro on that invite, how to do all of this, of course, inside Teamzy as you go. And to take somebody from the process of connecting for the first time as a prospect all the way through to becoming a recruit on your team. I'll take you through that process tonight as quick as I can. It will feel like you're drinking water from a fire hose at some point. I apologize, but we are recording this call, so you can go back to it later. And then we'll do an open Q&A at the end. So you guys see on the bottom there's a little Q&A button. You can start loading questions at any point into that Q&A button. At the end, I will answer all of them. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get started. All right. First, I have just a super short presentation to go through, and then we'll get right into it. So here's what we're going to talk about. Get started right with Teamzy, become a power hour boss. Okay, a little bit about my story for those of you guys who don't know me. I come from the background of business coaching and consulting. That's been my grown-up career for as long as I can remember, helping people like you build their business. Okay, I got into network marketing kind of by accident. It became a side hustle for fun for me. Just because I found some products that worked great for me and I loved them, I started sharing them. I know some of you guys can relate with that. And as I realized what an amazing opportunity network marketing was, the business coach in me started looking at it going, okay, well, if I'm going to do this and be successful, I need to find the professional tools that surely must be available, right, to help people in this business leverage their time to become highly efficient. And for me, I love the concept of a power hour. And I'm going to show you guys tonight how Teamzy is built on that concept. The idea being that you can do all the proactive income generating activities in less than an hour a day. And you should be able to do that. Okay. And, but you have to make sure you have tools to leverage your time to do that. So I think I've got a post here. Yeah, here we go. See, I was a Beachbody coach for a while, and you can see here's a post from those good old days. Just like you guys, I needed a way to be able to connect with people, to be able to build my business quickly because I had a full-time career and a bunch of kids at home. So let me just show you what we were looking for. I was looking for a system that would let me stay in touch with all my contacts. Guys, I'm going to talk to you guys tonight a little bit about relationship marketing. That's the philosophy behind Teamzy, right? And it's all based on the fact that if you invest in relationships, you can build an amazing business. I knew that I needed to be in touch with all my contacts, right? I wanted to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I didn't want to spend all day planning my power hour. I just wanted to be able to do it. Like, just tell me, who do I connect with today? Okay. Also, I wanted to know what to say to them. So I wanted to come up with some easy things that I could use a lot, that I could repeat that started conversations. So I had to figure out kind of some messaging. That way I don't spend a lot of time overthinking what to say to somebody. Make sense? Also, I wanted a way to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Right? How many of you guys have had people fall through the cracks? It's brutal. It's heartrending when you have somebody and you cultivate that relationship and then you find out later that they signed up under somebody else. It's not their fault. You just weren't there when they were ready. They fell through the cracks, right? So I needed something that would do all of these things in just an hour a day because that's really all I had to spare. And there was one more thing that I was looking for in a system, guys, and that was this. It had to be really easy to use. And if you guys are like me and had to use a CRM in your career, you know that most people hate their CRMs, right? They're just so annoying and complicated. And so I needed something that was really easy, that just kept me focused with what I needed to be doing. Well, you guys know where the story is going. We couldn't find anything like that. It just didn't exist. It didn't exist. Any CRMs that were out there were overly complicated and annoying, or they put the focus on the wrong things. They put the focus either on not on relationship building for sure, right? More like cold leads and cold invites and email systems. I mean, who opens an email? Do you guys even read your email? So we basically had to build it. And that's kind of how Teamzy came to be. In less than 2 years, guys, we've been in business just 2 years. We just celebrated our second birthday. We've had more than 50,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is pretty amazing. Kind of humbled by that number. And just so you have an idea of what the average results have been, active users are averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days. Okay, 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days, kind of the average number. All right, let's jump out real quick and go into Teamzy. We'll come back to that for action steps at the end. All right. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, so now you're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. Let's just jump right in here, guys. I'm gonna show you how to set this thing up. Now, if you haven't already done this, you can get a 30-day free trial of Teamzy, 30 days for free. You go to teamzy.com and just sign up. We don't ask for your credit card, nothing weird like that. Like, our thing is we just want you to use it and love it, okay? And we know that if you use it for 30 days, it's enough time for you to generate some income, pay for the subscription. Okay, after 30 days, it's $29.99 a month. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. You guys, I guarantee, will be so excited about this, and it will be a no-brainer to pay $1 a day to have somebody helping you with this. Okay, so get your free trial started. Now, when you get into your free trial, it's gonna drop you into a setup wizard. The setup wizard just helps you set it up, okay? If you have dismissed it like I have, you can get that setup wizard back by going to this little settings wheel on the right and just launching it right here. Okay, so let's do that. Go ahead and subscribe to Facebook Messenger tips if you want help during your trial, because we know you're not gonna read your emails. Well, you might read a couple of them. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do in the setup wizard. We're gonna do 3 things. 1, we're gonna set an income goal, okay? Teamzy's gonna take that income goal and suggest the type of activity you need to do every day to hit it, okay? The second thing we'll do is create a powerful why, so that you always know why you're working at this, why it's so important to be successful. That'll help you stick to this, okay? Number 3, we're gonna get all your contacts into Teamzy so that you're super mega organized, everything in one place, ready to rock and roll, okay? Let's get started. So first, we'll set an income goal. When you get to this page, guys, it will be an empty box. I just want you to put a number in it. Don't overthink it. I put 150,000 in as my income goal. This is the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now, okay? So whatever that goal is, put it in there. Now, for you guys that already have very large teams, maybe you're beyond 6 figures already in your income, I don't want you to set like the big number. I want you to set the increase number. How much do you want to increase your income in the next 12 months? Got me? Okay. Next, continue. Now what Teamzy has done is it says they crunch the numbers, and it's suggesting that I connect with 4,348 people. 4,348 people over the next 12 months to hit my goal, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's more than most people connect with in a year. It's a pretty good amount. So if you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? You guys know this one? If you need to eat an elephant, you do it one bite at a time. I'm gonna go to the next page, and now I've got the breakdown. So it's gonna break it down for me into 3 groups: prospects, customers, distributors, okay? Now I'm demonstrating on Teamzy Standard, which is kind of the generic version for all network marketing of Teamzy. You guys may not see distributors. You may see whatever you call distributors in your network, right? Because it'll be specific to you. So just bear with me as some of the verbiage changes a little bit here. So then it takes it yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. Okay, it breaks it down for me. So that huge amount, 4,348, is now something I can manage on a daily basis. It's 9 a day, 9 prospects. I'm gonna connect with 9 of my prospects a day, okay? 6 current customers a day, and 4 distributors on my team each day. So it's 19 people, okay? 19 people in Teamzy is 15 minutes work, right? Pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Now, I've got 2 other goals: 3 invites a day. Invites are when we're actually going to invite somebody to an event, or to a 3-way call, or to an opportunity call, or to try products. Like, an invite is when we show them the business. A connect, what we were talking about before, is just saying hello. A connect is just trying to make somebody's day. We call it the make someone's day mindset. The connect is just to make their day, say hello, and start a conversation. Make sense? The whole concept here is we're building relationships. We're investing in people. The relationship comes before the sale. The person comes before the recruit. If we keep our focus on building relationships, we generate a ton of opportunities to then talk about the business. So in this example, now I'm going to connect with 19 people. I'm going to hopefully create, let's say, 10 conversations out of that. 19 connects I send. Out of those 10 conversations, 3 of them will lead to an invite, and the other 7 I'll probably continue to connect with down the road until I get there. Make sense? Okay, and I'll show you guys this as we're doing it. The last goal here is ads. These are the amount of people I want to add to my list. New people I'm meeting or adding to my list every day. Okay. Fresh water coming in. Okay. One thing on this page before I move on, you can change these numbers just by overriding them. They're just a suggestion. Okay. If they're too big, make them smaller. If you don't have any distributors yet, you're brand new, make this a 0. Are you with me? And once you have them the way you want them, click continue. And now Teamzy sets your dashboard up. We'll see that in a minute, based on your goals. So each one of you will have a custom dashboard based on your goals. Okay. The next thing we're going to do in setup is finding your why. Finding your why. Now, this is a big deal, and I know you guys have probably heard about finding your why from leaders on your team, upline, things like that, why this is so important for you to understand what it is in your heart that's driving you. The truth is this, guys, and please listen to this because it's a true statistic. 1 out of 2 people will quit this business in the first year. That's half of everybody quits in the first year. The number even goes up farther if you stretch it over year 2 and 3. People quit left and right in this business. And the reason why they quit is because they never knew why they were in it to begin with. The truth is if you're in this for extra money, or if you're in this because whatever, I mean, it's just not a big enough reason, because life will get hard. Life will get hard. A mentor of mine recently told me that the average person has a major crisis every 3 months of their life. Some are major, and some are just something that sets you sideways, that knocks you off track, right? Are we guaranteed to have challenges in life? Absolutely. Sometimes huge ones, but even the little ones will knock us off our business. Guys, you need to know why you're in this game. You got to get it out of your heart. And I know you've heard this before. And it seems like this major process. I mean, there's books on, I have a bunch of books on my bookshelf right now, some of which would take 3 weeks to read. I just want you guys to know finding your why isn't that hard. You know why? Because you already know it. It's in your heart. You just got to get it to the forefront of your mind. So we built this into the Teamzy setup wizard, just 5 questions, just to get your mind thinking about this, right? And if you go through this process, you can uncover your why, at least your first version of it, in like 15 minutes, okay? I'm gonna take you through real quick and use my story as an example. Obviously, you have your own story. Each one of you will go through this process, but you'll get an idea of how to do it. So let's do this real quick. Okay, first question. Why did you become a distributor? Why did you become a distributor? Now, if you guys want, you can write down your notes right now as we're doing it, and you can have yours done by the end of this training. I became a distributor. I mentioned it in the beginning of this call because I found some products I really enjoyed. I loved them. I lost 60 pounds. I felt like a new person, right? How many of you guys have a story like that from your company? And so I was already, people were asking me every day, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? At least 10 times a day, somebody asked me, what are you doing? And I told them for about a year. I mean, I don't even know how many thousands of dollars worth of product I moved for that company just because I loved the product. Finally, my wife kind of smacked me in the back of the head and said, you should be a distributor because you'd be getting paid all day long for that. So that's why I did it, because my wife smacked me in the back of the head. I did it because I liked the products. I was already sharing it. Next question. What did you hope to accomplish? What did you hope to accomplish? And I have to tell you guys, when I signed up, it wasn't for a deep reason. I just thought maybe I could make some extra money doing this. I specifically wanted to make $500 a month extra money. I asked my sponsor, could I make $500 a month doing this? He said, yeah, easy. I said, great, perfect. Sign me up. Sign me up. Next question. Why is that important to you? So in my case, why is saving $500 or why is making $500 a month extra money important to you? And the reason why it was important to me, guys, is because I wanted to save it. I wanted to put it in savings. And just to kind of give you a little bit of backstory here on my story, and every one of us has a backstory, right? I told you in the beginning that I came from the industry of coaching and consulting, helping people build their business. I work specifically with real estate people, okay? Now, that business was booming through all of the early 2000s. I mean, it was just every year it got bigger, just like the real estate market, right? It was amazing. And just like the real estate market, it had a bubble. When the bubble burst in the Great Recession, real estate disappeared. And so did our business. It was a really scary time. I'll just be honest with you guys. It was a very scary time. I was in a company where we laid off half the company over 3 months. And eventually I was laid off too. So here I was, sole provider for my family, trying to figure it out, like half of the country at that time, out of work, trying to figure out where to get my next paycheck. And so, you know, we were blessed. I did find work. I had to go to a different industry for it, but I did find work. It kept us afloat. We made it. We made it through that recession intact by our fingernails. But we used up all of our savings, and we hadn't saved any money since. After the recession was over, I was able to get my old job back. I went back to work. I was very successful in that industry, and things were great, except for the fact that we still weren't able to save any money. In fact, it had been almost 6 years since we saved a penny in our savings account. We were just paycheck to paycheck like everyone else, right? And I had actually done the math once and figured out that if I lost my job, I would have 60 days to get another paycheck before it all fell apart. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. So I just wanted to put $500 a month in the bank. Like, to me, that would be such a huge victory. Does that make sense? And sometimes when you're talking to somebody on your team and they say something like that, like, oh, I just want to save $100 a month or $200 a month, like, you got to find out why. Like, what do they have in mind? Because they do have something in mind. Does that make sense? Okay, next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? What would achieving this mean for you and your family? And the first thing I thought of was, man, maybe if I could save this long enough, we could buy a new house. I really wanted to buy a new house for my family. I've got 4 kids. We've got a Rottweiler. We were in a small house. Our mortgage was upside down since the recession, like way upside down. So we were stuck, and everywhere you went in my house, it was toys or people or dog. You guys relate? And I so much wanted to leave my job and come home and work on my business, but I had nowhere to do it. There was literally nowhere to go. So I thought, man, if we could buy a new house, that would be amazing. Do you guys see already that in 10 minutes I went from, sure, I'll sign up, to, wow, maybe we can get a new house. I'm starting to like move in my mind. This is a huge motivating thing going through this, guys. I get to this very last question. Why is that meaningful? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? So in my case, it was buying a house. Why is buying a house meaningful? How would it make you feel? And I have to tell you guys that honestly, for me, I couldn't really justify buying a new house as a meaningful goal. I mean, right? Like if I was saving up to go on a missions trip to Africa or something, that would be meaningful. But buying a new house, maybe not so meaningful. But when I thought about how it made me feel, here's what I realized. It wasn't the new house. It wasn't that there was something wrong with the house. It was that the house symbolizes the home, right? It symbolizes your family. And I realized that it wasn't the house that was the problem. It was my relationship with my family. See, I was working all the time. I was at the top of my career. There was nowhere for me to grow up. I was at the top. And yet here we hadn't saved money in 6 years. I get up in the morning before the sun rises to leave, kiss my kids goodbye in their pajamas. And I'd go to work. I'd come back in the evening. They were already done with supper, in the bathtub, getting ready for bed. I was missing their complete childhood. I was completely missing it. And I could see already the writing was on the wall that I was going to miss it altogether. An hour a day with my wife, I mean, it just wasn't the life that I wanted. And yet here we were, not getting ahead financially either. And I was worried about losing my job 60 days from complete ruin. I just felt stuck. Can you guys relate to that? I just felt stuck. And here's what I realized going through this process. Yeah, I went from, okay, I'll do it, to, wow, I could buy a house. And then suddenly it was like, man, how does that house make you feel? I started thinking, you know what? This opportunity is actually more than just extra money. This is an opportunity for me to create and design the life that I always wanted for my family. And you know what? My career is not getting me there. And a mindset shift happened, guys. A mindset shift happened. I'm going to share with you the why that I wrote in a second and going through this process. But the shift that happened was this. My career stopped being my primary income in my mind. My career became my extra money. And the network marketing opportunity became my career opportunity. Does that make sense? So what happened was I wrote this why. Now I'm going to share it with you guys right now. I think I have it written in this account. So this last box, my why, this is where you write your why statement. Write it like a statement. Okay, so here's mine. My why: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. Guys, when I wrote this, I was so worried about money. I couldn't even imagine this stuff. But once I saw it, once I visualized it, once it was in front of me, I was ready to go to work. And there were days when I didn't feel like doing it, guys. There were days when I didn't feel like doing it. Even though Teamzy makes it so easy, I could do it in 30 minutes. I still just didn't feel like it. I would be confronted by this why, and I would have to do it. Because to say, I'm not going to do my 30 minutes today is like saying, I want to be worried about money. I don't want to be with my kids today. I don't want to be with my wife today. Does that make sense? This why will drive you. Now, what happened with me was within 3 months of writing this down, you guys, within 3 months of writing this down, I left my career. I came home full-time to work on my business. I did not have anywhere to build my business, so I went to Costco. I bought one of those tough sheds they sell out front. I had it dropped in my backyard. I ran an extension cord out, and I started hosting webinars from my shed. We called it the shed quarters. Guys, you just got to make it happen. Are you with me? You just got to pursue it. And the first step for me doing that was my why. I hope you guys won't skip this step. Get your why down. Help your team get your why down, okay? I know there was a little bit of a passion tangent, but I'm passionate about it because I know you need it to be successful. Whatever you write in this very last box will publish to your dashboard when you click this continue button, okay? The last step is getting your contacts in. Getting your contacts in so you can be organized. First, you're going to want to go to your back office and you're going to want to get your distributor list. I recommend just your first levels, right? Personally sponsored people. Get them into Teamzy. Do that first. Then get your customers imported, okay? Do it in that order. Distributors, then customers. Then go get your Facebook friends. There's instructions here on how to do it. Facebook's a little bit tricky, but it's doable and it's so worth it because you'll have all your Facebook friends in one place, super mega organized. Oh, it's great. No more digging through Messenger trying to remember who to connect with, okay? And then anywhere else you have contacts, you get them as a CSV. There's some helpful videos here in the setup wizard, but I want you guys to know also, I'm gonna skip that for now. If you go over to the left side of Teamzy in the Help Center, there's even more, okay? So there's more videos, there's specific things on how to do it. Some of you guys, we actually have instructions for your back office. We don't have them for all because we don't have access. We have to get those from you guys. And then even if you don't wanna watch video, you can find all these FAQs, which are great, okay? So that's all in the Help Center for you. And then of course, if you guys are like me and you're totally backward when it comes to technology, you just click this little help button right there and send us a message and our team will help you. We'll even schedule a one-on-one walkthrough via Zoom if you need it to get you set up. Do not let any like tech challengedness, is that a word? Keep you guys from getting in here. Once it's set up, once you set Teamzy up once, you don't have to think about it ever again. You just do your power hour. It's so awesome, okay? So don't let any hurdle stop you. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. One more step for setting up. I forgot to show you. And then we'll do our power hour. So I'm going over to the team page. I'm just toggling over there. The team page is where your whole list lives. So see, everybody's here. Everybody's there. Okay, and you can even, I'm on all, but you can look at just your prospects if you want, or just your customers, okay? Just your distributors. Okay, when you do an import to Teamzy, the first thing it's gonna do is it's gonna drop you on this page and it's gonna toggle rank mode. I'll turn it on for you right here in this menu. It's gonna toggle rank mode on, okay? And this is so that you can go down the list and rank people. We're gonna rank them on a 5-star rating, just like you guys are so used to doing for everything else. 5 stars is awesome, right? 2 stars, not so awesome. And you just do it by clicking. Now, everyone's gonna start as a 3-star. So you only have to really move up. You're gonna look for your 4 and 5-star people. You're gonna just scroll through and get them. And I recommend going through your list one time and just giving people a ranking from the gut. I'm gonna explain what the rankings mean. Some of you guys have a large list and you find that daunting. Again, don't let it be an obstacle to start connecting with people, okay? At the very least, just go through and pick your best people out, okay? Why do we rank people? We rank them for this reason. In relationship marketing, you should spend more time with the best people. You should spend more time with the best people. And here's the truth, guys. If you don't prioritize relationships first, you cannot ever prioritize time. Why? Because the turkeys steal the time. The great people don't get it, right? Unless you prioritize them. Now, the higher someone's star ranking, the more often they're going to come up on your Teamzy list. It's pretty simple. You rank them once, and then you don't ever have to create your list. Teamzy's just going to tell you who's due today, okay? I'm going to hit the question mark and show you what these ranks mean. A 5-star. A 5-star is someone most likely to become a customer or distributor or they're an existing customer distributor that's a rock star. Okay, those are your 5-star people. They're gonna show up every 30 days on your up next list, okay? And when they come on your up next list, the goal is just to connect. It's just to connect, just to start a conversation with them, right? Continue deepening that relationship. A 4-star person is someone likely to become a customer distributor with a little nurturing, okay? Or they're just your consistent people on your team. They're warm. They show up every 60 days on your up next list, every 60 days. 3 stars is someone who might become a customer or distributor at some point in the future. You just don't know. A 3-star could go either way. That's why everybody starts as a 3-star when you do a bulk import. Okay, they show up on your list every 90 days. Guys, don't worry about the fact that most of your list will be 3 stars. That's normal. Okay, the vast majority will be 3 stars. 2-star people, they're getting colder. They're every 120 days. Make sense? Okay, 1 star, they're in your Teamzy. You have to look them up though. They don't come up on this list. They're just kind of in storage. So that's the star ranking system. If you didn't get that, it's no big deal. You can come here anytime and click on the question mark next to all. Or if you're on the dashboard, you can click on the question mark next to who's up next. Okay, and that shows you the same thing. Guys, you don't have to save anything on that last page. It auto saves. You can navigate away like I just did, and everything's good that you just did. Okay, now we're all set up and we're ready to crush a power hour. Let's do it. Just show you a couple things here on the dashboard. The who's up next module right here, this big box in the middle. This is where you do all your work, okay? The left side are your lists, and it gives you 4 lists: prospects, customers, distributors, and follow-ups, okay? When you click on them, it toggles the list. All right. Notice a couple things about the up next list. It gives you 5 names at a time, and that's it, okay? That's to keep you from getting overwhelmed and to keep you focused. If I gave you 20, you guys would start cherry picking people off the list. I just want you to work down the list. Guys, you'll be shocked at the response you get from people you don't think you're gonna get a response from. Don't second guess it, just do it. I'll show you, it takes a second to do. All right, on the right-hand side of this area is where you actually log the conversation that you're having with this person, okay? And you can also toggle through and see details on their record. Okay, before we start attacking our power hour though, let me just show you at the top here, today's activities. These are the goals that we set and set up, okay? You can see we set the 10 prospect goal, 6 customers, 4 distributors, 3 invites, and 3 ads. Okay, and as we complete these, we're gonna see those scores kind of hit that scoreboard just to keep us motivated. If you wanna connect with somebody who's not on this list today, you just look them up here in the lookup bar. You can search by name, email, or phone. Okay, that takes you to their contact record. And if you wanna add somebody new to your list at any time, you just click this little icon right here, boom, and you add them, okay? All right, I'll show you at the end, if we have time, that you can do all this on a mobile phone too, so it's there to work on your phone as well as your desktop. Okay, so let's get after it. The first person on my prospects list, and by the way, we always work left to right. Even if I had 10 follow-ups due, I'm gonna start with prospects, okay? First person on my list is Jay. Now I'm gonna go message Jay, okay? And do you guys ever get to this point where you're like, what do I say to her? I have no idea what to say to her. I haven't talked to her in 20 years. Or maybe I don't even know who this is. Who is this? She's a Facebook friend of mine? When did we meet? I don't even know who this is. Anybody relate to that? Or maybe I do know who it is. I'm just feeling awkward. Here's what I want you guys to do. Don't worry, we've got you covered. We've got some great scripts in here that'll help you just start a conversation with somebody. Okay, once the conversation started, it's pretty easy to maintain. So what we'll do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna click scripts. See right there in the connect box? And I'm gonna use a Facebook script because I'm gonna message her on Facebook. That's my primary communication tool is Facebook Messenger. You can connect with somebody however you want. Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Snapchat, text message, phone call, in person, email, write them a card. I don't care. You can do all these in Teams. You can log any of them. But I primarily use Facebook because it gets the best response rate and people are right there, you know? So here we go. Here's script number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy the script, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and paste it right in here so that I can change the name to Jay. Okay, so now I've already got it in Teamzy. It's ready to log, but before I log that, I'm just gonna copy it again now with the right name. It only takes me a second. I'm gonna toggle over to Facebook. I'm gonna look up Jay. Okay. There she is. Now I'm gonna send Jay a message. And I've already got it copied, so I'm just gonna paste it in. Bam, look at that. There it is. Hi, Jay, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Send. Bam. Easy. Sent. Next. Oh, I gotta log it. Finish logging it. That was a Facebook message. Now watch what happens when I click log connect. Now it's logged. See, it says connect logged right there. Logged. And Jay's off my list. I've got a 1 up here on my scoreboard, and the next person on my list is Sue. I'm gonna do the same thing, right? I'll paste that right here. Get the name right. I do it. I just learned this from a Teamzy user. She was like, paste it in Teamzy first, and then you never accidentally send the wrong name, which I've done at least 100 times. So don't worry, you can recover from that, but this is a nice way to do it. All right, so now we're gonna look up Sue. There she is. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna send Sue the message. People are like, oh, the copying and pasting kills me. Really? You can still connect with 20 people in less than 30 minutes, guys. Come on, super easy. Look, 2 done. How quickly do you think I can get to 10? I'm just gonna use that same script all the way down, or maybe I'll grab a different script, no big deal, I've got other ones. This is a great one if you really haven't talked to somebody in a long time. Hi Jane, saw you cross my Facebook feed, thought I'd say hello, how are you? Hope your day's awesome. That one works like a charm, right? It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? This is one I might send 3 months from now to Jay or Sue if they don't respond. Are you guys with me? The idea is it's not using scripts like some sort of automaton gross salesperson. It's just something quick and easy to start a conversation, something that will make somebody's day, that makes them smile. And then when they respond, you can have a real conversation with them. You with me? So now we're going to crank down our prospects list, bam, 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 till I get to 10, and then I'll toggle over to my customers, and I'll start connecting with my customers. With me? Really quick. This is important. You got to be in touch with your customers. Guys, I talk to so many people that they just don't stay in touch with their customers. It's nuts. Your customers are goldmine. Okay, let me just give you real quick 3 reasons why you need to be in touch with your customers. Teamzy makes it so easy. I'm going to show you in a second, but there's 3 reasons. The first one is it's your duty. Hello, it's your duty. Your business is to serve these people. You need to be in touch with them. Okay. The second reason is this: if you're in touch with somebody regularly, they will order more products. They will just order more. They'll order more. If they're on a recurring order, they'll stay longer. Their retention goes up. So if you want to increase retention and volume, just stay in touch with people. Okay. Teamzy is going to let you do it in like 3 minutes a day. Teach your team to do that, and the whole team's volume is going to increase. Guys, the very first month your team's using Teamzy, your volume is going to go up like 20%. That is not a monetary claim or a promise. I'm just saying try it. Tell me how much it goes up, okay? All right, the third most important reason you need to be in touch with your customers is the hottest source for a new lead in your business is your current customer. Okay, the hottest source for a new lead in your business is your current customer. Somebody who's using your product and loving it is talking about it with other people. That's what human beings do. They're out there talking about it. They're excited. They have got, every single one of your customers has at least 2 other people fired up and excited about your product right now. And if you're not in touch with those customers and getting introduced to the people they're talking to, those people will buy it from somewhere else. Man, what a waste that would be. Stay in touch with your customers. It's super easy, okay? We're going to use Teamzy. It's going to keep us right on top of our list. Our list is going to be cycling through constantly. Next person on our list is Ambrosio. I'm going to go to scripts. I'm going to grab a Facebook script for customers. Look, Teamzy already knows it's customers. Here's a great one. You're getting great results. Here's a good, this one's asking for recommendations. Great one. Jane, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on whatever she's doing, right? Hi, John. How are you enjoying what product did John order? Put it in there. Fill it in. Please send me an update. Let me know I can be of help. I love this one. Hey, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Guys, just fire these off to your customers. You'll be shocked at the amazing response you get, right? And if you're in touch, you're present, they can ask questions, they're going to order more stuff. Okay, so we're going to go down our list. Again, our goal is 6. I'm going to go down the list and connect with the next 6 people on my list, send them a message, and I'm going to go to my distributor list. One pro tip here, stay disciplined. Don't start answering messages till you're done with all your outgoing messages. Okay, guys? Get all your outgoing messages done. Distributors, now I'm going to connect with my team. Why do you think we call it Teamzy? It's for this reason. It's to build a family with your team, a community with your team, okay? And as you grow your business huge and you've got tons of people on your team, this is when people often stop connecting personally with their team. I'm here to tell you guys right now, having a Facebook page or a live Zoom call once a week, that's not the same as a relationship. You need to message people one-on-one and you will make their day. Okay, so again, we've got some great scripts here for distributors. I'm proud of you. Checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, awesome. So we're going to go down prospects, customers, distributors. Now I've sent out 19 messages, or I guess, no, we had 20 messages. I sent out 20 messages. Maybe take 30 minutes if you're new. Okay, and they're out there. People are starting to respond, right? They're starting to respond. Now you can have conversations. But we've got one more list, follow-ups. Follow-ups. So how do I get people on my follow-ups list? Okay, so let me show you guys how this works. Because prospects, customers, distributors, these are connects lists. We're just connecting, just having conversations. I'm going to put people on my follow-ups list when I have a reason to follow up, when they're interested. In other words, when I've given them an invite. Okay? So here's an example. We're messaging. We started 20 conversations. And let's say, the first person I messaged, Jay, she comes back and we have a great conversation. Ironically, my wife Lisa and I just had lunch with Jay and her husband yesterday. So we actually did catch up with her. So we're catching up, finding out what they're up to, talking, just having messaging back and forth. And at some point, she says, well, what about you, Eric? How are you guys? What are you guys up to? So now I have an opportunity, if appropriate, I've been listening to wants and needs and asking questions, to talk to her about my business. And I'm going to do it in a way that's going to hopefully address one of the unspoken needs that she communicated to me, right? So I might say something like, oh, it's been amazing working for myself, having no boss and the freedom to be with my kids every day. Oh my gosh, tell me more. So I'm talking to Jay. She's interested in learning more. I said, Jay, look, if you're interested in learning more, we have an opportunity call coming up tonight. It's like a Facebook Live event. Why don't I send you the information for that right now? I'll email it to you. And then I'll follow up tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She says, oh, that would be great. So now I'm going to show you guys. Now I've had this conversation with Jay. I'm going to send her an invite. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to go to the lookup bar on top. And I'm going to look her up. That's going to bring me to her contact record. She's not on my dashboard anymore, right? Okay. So now here's her contact record. I'm going to click on connect. That opens the connect box. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, this is no longer just a connect. It's an invite. So I'm going to click invite right here on the bottom left. And it's going to be to an opportunity call. See that? Now Teamzy knows that this connect is actually an invite to an opportunity call. I'm just going to put a note here. If I can type opportunity call. Okay. I could paste the whole email in that I'm sending her and record it if I wanted to. It doesn't matter. Okay, and I'm going to say this was an email that I sent her. Okay, great. So now I'm going to log it. Wait. Before I log it, though, I need to set a follow-up, right? Because she's not going to come back on my dashboard for 30 days. I need to follow up when? Tomorrow. So I'm going to click follow-up, and I'm going to set it for tomorrow. See that? Now when I log the connect, see it's put a follow-up on her record. Okay? This effectively moves Jay off of my prospects list, and puts her on my follow-ups list. See, there she is on my follow-ups list. So everyone on my follow-ups list, these are people that I'm inviting, these are the people I'm following up with about my business. Everyone else, I'm just forwarding the relationship, having conversations, uncovering wants and needs, learning about them, finding ways to help them. Make sense? And when it's appropriate, when I can help them with my business, I invite them to learn more. Okay, then I follow up like a pro. So now she's on my follow-ups list. I'm going to do two things real quick. I'm going to show you how to log a follow-up on this follow-ups list, and I'm going to teach you guys how to follow up like a pro. Okay, so first let me show you. So when I get to my follow-ups list, I get to Jay. It's going to be just like I did on the other connects. I'm going to go to scripts. Okay, and this time I'm going to grab a follow-up script. So here's follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, so I'm going to copy that script. I'm going to do it exactly the same way, you guys. I'm going to put it here. Change the name. Okay, now it's ready to log. I'm just going to send it in Facebook. Let's find Jay again. There she is. I'm going to send her that Facebook message. Bam. Okay, done. I sent my follow-up. Okay, now I'm going to log. I have to set the next follow-up, though. Before I log this, I have to set the next follow-up. I'm going to follow up again tomorrow. I like to follow up 3 days in a row and then back it off from there. Facebook message logged. So now I've sent her that follow-up. I've logged it. She's back on my list. I don't think about her again today. Tomorrow when I come back and work my lists, when I get to follow-ups, she's there again. When I get to her, I'm going to look at activity to see what I sent her last. Okay, it was just the first one. And now I'm going to grab the next script. And I'm going to send her follow-up number 2. Do you guys see how easy this is? Just down the road. Okay, now real quick, I just want to talk to you guys about this because this is so important. And I know you guys know that the fortune is in the follow-up, right? You know this. Do you guys know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So how many of you guys follow up 10 times? Anyone? Guys, in the 50,000 or so people that I've talked to about this over the last 2 years, I've maybe seen 10 people raise their hand and say they follow up 10 times. And I get it. I understand why you don't do it, right? It's because you don't have Teamzy yet and you're not organized enough. Well, that's probably part of it. We know the real reason is this. You just don't want to be that annoying person, that icky person, right? You don't want to come across that way. How many of you guys are like that? Even though I can't see you, put your hand up. Hey, I figured out how to get the light in the camera. That's sweet. Okay, put our hand up. We'll just keep our hand up like this. It'll work. I'm going to teach you right now how to follow up without being annoying. All right, so stay tuned for a second. I'm going to teach you how to never be annoyed again. Never be annoying again when you follow up. It's really easy. But first, I need you to have a mindset shift, and this is it. Do you believe in your product? Do you believe it's life-changing? Do you believe the business opportunity you represent is life-changing? And are you in this business for that reason? I mean, do you have a heart to help people? Do you have a heart to change lives? Or are you just trying to make a buck? Now, I'm guessing if you're here with Teamzy, the relationship people, you probably fall into my category of lovers, the people that really want to help people. And if you accept the true fact that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up, and the only real way you have to help somebody is by first getting them to make the purchase, right? Then the only way you're going to change somebody's life is if you follow up 10 times. Do you guys understand that? Following up isn't something that's just an annoying thing. It's actually an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And that's the point I want you guys to get. I want you to write it down, stick it on your computer screen. Following up is an act of love. This is how you love people in this business, is by following up with them. On the flip side of that, not following up communicates this: I don't care about you. I don't care about you. All right, now that you accept that, I hope you accept that, I'll teach you how to do it and not be annoying, right? And you'll be happy to do it if you're not annoying, right? So here's how you do it. 2 principles for not being annoying. The first principle is this: never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Okay? Never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you. Don't ask them to complete the purchase in the cart. Just nothing. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up message. Okay? The second principle is this: your follow-up message should be short and sweet. It should be sent in written format, not a voicemail, because that's annoying. Written format. They should be able to read it on the notification screen of their phone without opening the message. Why? Because they don't want you to know they've seen it yet, because they're not planning on responding right now. Come on, you guys do it too, right? You do it too. Why would you want it to be any different for them? The truth is this, guys: they're not going to respond. The vast majority of people will not respond to the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. I need you guys to understand this. I'm going to tell you why it happens. I'll give you like the quick version of it. But you need to understand the vast majority of people will not respond to a message the first 5 or 6 follow-ups at all. And they're not going to. And it's just the way the human mind is wired. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It doesn't mean they don't respect you. It doesn't mean that they're not excited about your product. It doesn't mean that they don't have money. All of that is the crap you made up in your head. I'm here to tell you that somebody who loves you, respects and reveres you, is excited about your product, has plenty of money, and can do it right now, still is not going to respond. Okay? Take a deep breath. You look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. Great. Here's how it works, guys. When I'm talking to Jay, she's super excited, right? I'm telling her about the opportunity, what it's done for me and my family. She's excited about it. Her conscious mind is super excited. Now, 85% of our actions come from our subconscious mind. It's happening in the background. Our subconscious mind is designed to keep us safe, right? To protect us. How many of you guys have ever arrived home in your driveway and you're like, I don't remember driving home. That's so weird. For real, that's your subconscious mind. That's how powerful it is. It actually controlled all the movements of your body, stopping at the right time, stoplights, the whole thing. You weren't even awake. And you think that it doesn't impact whether or not you're going to respond to a text message or a Facebook message? It does. So here's what happens. Jay is excited, but subconsciously her mind is thinking, this sounds really scary, Jay. I think it's risky. You know, you hate your job, but it's safe. And so when I follow up with Jay, my goal, and you saw that first follow-up, my goal is just to get her to smile, to remember for a split second the hope and the excitement she experienced when we first talked about the opportunity. And I know it's only going to last a split second. She's going to see my message. She's going to feel that emotion. Then her mind's going to go to work and be like, nope, we're not doing that. And what it does is never even comes to her conscious mind. She comes up with a reason why she can't respond. Like, oh, yes, I got to respond to Eric. No, I can't right now. The dog just threw up on the baby. I got to go handle that. And it's a real thing that's happening right now, right? And so she doesn't open the message. It looks like she never even saw it. The next day, I message her again. She sees it, and instantly something else happens. Some reason why she can't respond right now. It's okay, because I reached my goal. She saw it. She reconnected to that hope. And she associated that positive emotion with me. I'm not the annoying guy. I'm the guy who's caring for her, who's loving her through the process, right? The next day, the same thing. Here's the thing, guys. Most people will not even respond till 5 or 6. And at that point is when they'll send you an apology saying, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. And they'll tell you all the little things that went wrong in their life this week. Okay? And usually, if you're doing this right, you're doing this the Teamzy way, they'll also thank you. And thank you so much for staying in touch. Thank you so much for staying after me. I really appreciate it. And now is when the conversation really starts. I'm going to look at that email you sent right now. Okay, I'll check in tomorrow, right? And now you're starting over. Guys, bear with me on this. You guys have given up on people after 3, getting irritated, thinking they weren't interested, thinking they didn't have any money, thinking they were flaky, thinking they didn't respect you. It's not true. They're normal human beings, and their subconscious mind was in charge. After 5 or 6 or 7, the mind starts to get reprogrammed, and it starts getting comfortable with you, and it gets comfortable with your opportunity, and it stops fighting it. That's why 80% of all sales happen after 7 follow-ups. You guys with me? All right, but just follow the system in Teamzy. Just follow the system. I've got 10 scripts on follow-ups loaded in here for you. You just come down the list and send them, right? And people always go, well, how often? Like, use your own discernment. Personally, after sending an invite, I follow up 3 days in a row. Then I might set my follow-ups for 2 days or 4 days apart. That's just me, okay? Figure out what works for you. All right, so how do I finish Jay off? So I've been messaging her, I've been following up with her, I've been connecting with her, following up, and finally she does make the purchase. She buys her kit, she joins my team. How do I finish her off? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look her up. I'm gonna look up bar again to go to her record. And now right here next to connect, I'm gonna log a sale, right? And I'm gonna put distributor kit. Now, this drop-down menu will look different depending on the version of Teams you have. It'll have products that are appropriate to your business. This is generic, so I'm gonna do distributor kit save, okay? So now Teamzy knows that that the sale resulted from all that effort. Now, right here under her name where it says member type, I'm gonna change her from prospect to distributor, okay? Just by clicking it. And what type? She's personally sponsored. Bam. Now I've moved Jay all the way through the process. We started a conversation, had a conversation, sent her an invite, followed up on my follow-ups list like a pro, and now I've moved her to my distributor list. That's the process. Just do it every day and repeat. Guys, in this example, we're connecting with 20 people a day, having 3 invites. That means by Friday, I've got 15 people on my follow-ups list. Okay? That's where your power hour comes in. I might spend 20 or 30 minutes connecting, 20 or 30 minutes following up. That's my power hour. You with me? Okay. Let's do some questions. Again, put some questions in that Q&A right there if you've got questions, either from what you've seen so far or anything about Teamzy. Be happy to answer them. I've got a couple in there. I'm going to start pulling them up. Okay. Deborah says, how do you load individual contacts manually into Teamzy? That's easy. Let's show you that. Let me show you that, Deborah. Okay, and I showed you this in the very beginning, and I don't know if maybe you jumped on right after that, but so we showed you how to bulk import big lists, but individually, you just click this little icon right here. Bam, and you put them in. Okay, I'm gonna put Deborah on my list. If you can type, it's even faster. You see how easy this is? Bam. Now you're in my list. I can make you a 5-star if I want to. I can even put a follow-up for tomorrow so that I remember to message you because you're new on my list, okay? Cool. And guys, if I see the thing flashing in the chat, which is cool, but just make sure that if you have questions, you put them in the Q&A because I read the chat like when we're done. All right. Deborah also asks, what if you only have 4 customers and 10 distributors? Okay, so one of the things that you want to do, Deborah, is you might want to just adjust your goals so that those numbers are real small. So for example, I'm going to adjust my goals. See right here on the top right, it says edit daily goals. You guys see that? I'm going to click that. That takes me back to that part of the setup wizard. I'm just going to continue till I get to that breakdown page. There it is. So if I only had 4 distributors, I might just make this goal 0, right? Because you're going to be in touch with those 4 people all the time, right? You might make this 1, I don't know. You can just change these numbers however you want and hit continue, okay? And then once you're done, you just hit skip wizard and those are saved. And you can see those goals have been changed on my dashboard. Okay. Holly says, what do I do with people I see and connect with every day? Okay. That's great. So if you see and connect with people every day, then those people you probably don't need to be logging every single conversation that you have with them, right? However, this is a great question. Okay, so if you see somebody and you have a great conversation, you want to log it in Teamzy, then what you'll do is you'll just look them up, right? And when you log it, you're going to log it as in person, okay? You just put a message, hey, I had a great conversation with so-and-so today. I'm logging in person. If I see you at work every single day, I don't need to log every single day that I had a conversation with you, right? But if it's a specific proactive conversation about the business, where I'm like, going out of my way to start a conversation with you, Holly, that's the one I would log. Make sense? If you express interest, we're talking in the coffee room at work and you're interested in what I'm doing, and I'm telling you about whatever, I'm going to invite you to something, then I'm going to run to Teamzy and I'm going to log that we had this conversation and I'm going to put on my follow-ups list because now I want to follow up on the interest that you expressed. Does that make sense? Okay, hopefully I answered your question. Dave says, is there a way to import phone contacts into Teamzy? Yes, Dave, there is. And let me show you again the help center. On the left-hand side of Teamzy, oops, I hit the university, sorry. On the left-hand side of the university is great too. There's trainings in there. Those are like full-fledged trainings on courses you can take. The Help Center, though, helps you set up Teamzy. So there's some great videos here and things, right? And if you keep scrolling, I've got a couple other pro tips and things here, webinars. But in the FAQs, see, I've scrolled. One of these right here is how can I import my smartphone contacts into Teamzy? Bam. That opens up the instructions, okay? So that's where you find that, Dave. Elena says, I tried to import my Facebook friends and never received the list. What do I do? Okay, let me show you. I'm going to show you guys live. What the heck? Why not? So I'm in Facebook. I'm going to go over here to this toggle over here on the right. I'm going to go to settings. Okay, here I am. I'm going to download a copy of Facebook data right there. Bam. Okay, start my archive. It's going to ask for your password. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I'm on Chrome. Okay. So I'm not going to put it in right now, but it asks for your password. You put it in, you hit submit. Okay, great. Then you wait for this email that never comes. Sometimes it comes, Elena, sometimes it doesn't. It's Facebook. I don't have control over what they do. And usually the reason you don't get the email is because you've got a Yahoo address or a MSN address or some address that goes to spam. First thing you can do is change your email address to Gmail on Facebook, and you tend to get it better. But what you do is you come back to this page again, Elena, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, and you do the whole process again. This time, though, instead of start my archive, that button will say download my archive when it's ready, and it'll just start downloading right there in your browser. Okay? Typically, it takes 15 minutes, but lately, just so Elena, so you're ready for this, lately people have told me it's taken as long as 3 or 4 hours. Again, I don't have control over what Facebook does, but you can definitely get it. Okay. Make sense? If you still have trouble with this, Elena, and you just can't get it to work, I want you to go back to Teamzy, click this help button, send a ticket to our help desk, and our team will walk you through it and help you with it, okay? Jacqueline says, can you update your Facebook contact list where it doesn't duplicate contacts? Jacqueline, yes, absolutely. So if you want to do a bulk import of your Facebook friends 6 months from now, it will only bring the new people in, okay? It basically detects name and email address. So if it has the same name or the same email address as somebody who's already in Teamzy, it just will ignore them and not import them, okay? Kaylee Joe, she says, with the follow-up default, do those only show up on the who's up next? Or does it have a spot in the follow-up filter that I'm not seeing? That's a great question, Jaylee. If it's set to default, they'll only show up on the who's up next under prospects, customers, and distributors. They will not show up on the follow-ups list unless they have a date set for a follow-up. In other words, the auto default will put them on the up next list. They need to have one of these dates, okay? Great. Shy. I hope I said it right. I'm going to say Shy because it ends in AI, which is like the ancient city of Ai in the Bible, right? Shy. Okay. How do you find your prospect info notes after you've logged the Connect? Great question. Okay, so check this out. You ready? I'm going to look up Jay in the lookup bar. So you look them up in the lookup bar. It takes you to their contact record. Once here, you're going to click on Activity Feed. See right here, Activity Feed. And that shows you all of the communications you've done with that person. Okay? You can even click into it and edit it. And this is where, for those of you guys who want to log the entire conversation, this is how you do it. You come back, you hit edit, and you paste that whole conversation in and you save it. Okay? That's too much work for me, though. I never did it. Elena says, when you send a Facebook message and the answer, does that response get logged automatically? That's a great question. And it's important that you guys understand that you don't send your Facebook messages through Teamzy. You send them through Facebook. That's why I was always, when I was demonstrating it, I was always toggling over to Facebook and sending those messages. Facebook is a big deal and they won't let anybody connect with them anymore. Okay? So Elena, you have to go to Facebook to send your messages. Anything that you want logged in Teamzy, you need to put in Teamzy yourself. Okay? Okay, great. However, one thing you can do in Teamzy, which is cool, is you can hook up a Gmail account, okay? And you can send an email through Gmail like this. Okay, so send email. And you can see it just asks you to connect your Gmail account up to do that. And then you can send those. Those will be automatically logged, okay? Which is kind of cool. It only works with Gmail though. All right. Okay, I'm out of questions. If you guys have more, put them in real quick, or I'm going to say goodnight to you. I'm just going to look at the chat real quick. Love this. I'm glad you love it. We built this to be loved, you guys. I hope this was a lot of value to you guys. Oh, somebody asked me, do we have a referral incentive? Guys, I want you guys to know, we don't actually have a referral incentive. We've tried them. We've done a bunch of different stuff, and it didn't really make an impact. But we do love and cherish your referrals. In fact, 75% of our Teamzy family have been referred to us by other people who are using it. We hope you will refer it because you love it, just like everything else that you love. But obviously, we'd love to help your team because that also helps you when we help them be successful. It builds your volume too. So guys, oh wait, more questions. Look at this. Just when I was going to say goodnight. Can you do a mass email like a newsletter? No, we don't do mass emailing through Teamzy. Again, we don't do it because We know it's just like, its effectiveness is okay, but it just really distracts a lot of people from what they need to be doing, which is connecting one-on-one, right? So we don't do mass email. One-on-one emails, yes. Rachel says, for the social posts and dailies, what does this mean? Personal posts, business posts, etc. Yes. Okay, Rachel, good question. Last thing, this will be the last one I take for tonight, and then I'll bless you guys and send you on your way. So looking back at the Teamzy dashboard, there's these things called dailies. These are just activities that you do outside of Teamzy that are crucial to your success, and we just want you guys to make sure you're doing them. So it's there kind of for accountability. Did you post on social media today? Like, are you staying present there? So important, right? You need to be building trust and serving people that way so that they're watching you and so that when they get the messages from you, they're excited about it. Are you doing personal development work today? You got to do this every day. Something, right? Get an Audible account, get MentorBox, read books, whatever, podcasts, something positive. You got to be doing it every day. Are you a product to your product? Are you using your products? Did you use your products today? This is an important one. Did you? Are you? Did you get some exercise? People are always like, Eric, I sell cosmetics. What does this have to do with my business? Guys, people who are successful exercise regularly. Look it up. Statistically, it's true. We want you to be successful. We want you to be healthy and strong. We want you to have energy to help other people. That's why it's there. That's why it's there. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. I really, 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 really appreciate you joining us. Someone's asking, how do we share this? We will send this link out to you guys tomorrow via email, but you can go get it right now off of the Teamzy Facebook page, because we did live on Facebook, which means that recording will be captured there on Facebook. You can go there and tag your team members on that recording right now, and they can watch it whenever they're able to. So thank you guys for being here. God bless you. Have a great night. Action steps. Make sure you get your 30-day free trial of Teamzy started right away. I highly recommend that you get a success partner to do it with you to help hold you accountable through the 30 days. You'll get so much more out of it. Okay. And if you're already in a free trial, get your subscription set up now so you don't miss a beat when the trial's over. You won't be billed till after the free time's up. Okay. That's all I have for you guys. Have a great night. God bless you.